Welcome back. There was a bit of a technical glitch, so we're going to do the second part of our sun salutations, including the chair. First, we'll do a variation with just chair, then we'll do a variation of twisted chair. So, standing in mountain, reach up. Exhale, sit back, chair. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant, come onto your knees, and lower down. Inhale up, cobra. Tuck and come into dog. Pedaling your dog. Right foot forward, left foot back. Rise, high lunge. Hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Inhaling up, sit back in chair, Utkatasana, don't flatten the back. Exhale, fold, half back, fold, plant. Let's come onto our knees and lower the heart between your hands. Inhale up, cobra, tuck, press back, dog. Pedal your dog again. Left foot forward, right foot back, lift that right heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands down, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. 2 more rounds with the twisted chair involved. Inhale up, seated. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fold, half back, fold, hands, step back, and lower down chaturanga. Inhale up, sleeping cobra or up dog, down dog. Right foot up, come through high lunge. Find your footing and bring your hands to heart center, pressing the palms together, rise. I'm gonna twist inside the right thigh, chair, not chair, twist, come back to center, release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Inhale up, sit back in chair. Exhale, fold. Half back, fold, plant. Let's do chaturanga. Step into high plank, lower down. Inhale up, cobra or up dog, down dog. Left foot up, bend the knee, come through, high lunge. Hands to heart center, rise. Remember, you can choose to stay here or add the twist. Outer left thigh, center, inner right left thigh. Stacking the shoulders, thumbs to sternum, back to center, release. Feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Last variation is going to be a twisted chair and a twisted lunge. Inhale up, chair, sit back. Option to stay here, or hands to heart center, or twist outer left thigh, look over your shoulder, center, and counter twist outer right thigh. Back to center and fold, half back, fold, plant, and let's come down to our knees. Slowly lowering your heart between your hands. 2 breaths, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra. We're taking it a little further into up dog. Engage the glutes. Down dog. Right foot in the air, 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, open and stack the hip, happy dog. Look up under that bicep towards the ceiling. Press the floor away. Come back, square hips, step through high lunge. Find your footing and thumbs to heart center. So I'm going to stay here, or twisting inner right thigh, look over your shoulder. Center, twisting outer right thigh, look over your shoulder. Back to center, hands release, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. I'm going to do 1 more on the other side, and then we're going to do some of those poses slowed down. This is for you, Yana. Inhale up, sit back in a chair. Option to stay here or heart center, or twist to the outer left thigh, look over your shoulders, center, twist to the outer right thigh, center, fold, half back, fold, plant, and let's come down to our knees. Slowly lower the heart between your hands. Forehead down, elbows hug in. 2 breaths, sleeping cobra. Pick up your head, baby cobra, or come all the way into up dog. Engage the glutes. Down dog. Left foot in the air, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open and stack your hips, happy dog. Look up under your arm. Come back to square hips, step through high lunge. Find your footing and bring your thumbs to your heart. So we do this when we do Namaste at the end. I'm going to stay here as a balance pose, or come inside that left thigh, twisting, stacking the elbows and shoulders, and look over my right shoulder. Center, counter twist, outer left thigh. Back to center, feet together, fold, rise, heart center. Awesome! So again, if you like that, you can make that cardio, just keep it going, 5 more rounds. Eventually it becomes a moving meditation. And I will say there's always a fine line between being completely mindful with every single movement, listening for the cues, versus a faster flow that becomes, I don't like the word robotic, but it becomes your body knows what's next, and you become lost in this beautiful flow. That's your moving meditation. So we talked about Utkatasana. I'm going to just read the benefits one more time. We're standing with our feet, so there's a lot of stacking. Bones are stacked, so there's no compression on the knees. And I allow life's energy to stream through me. This energizes the entire body. I was told it was for core and firming up the front and back lines of the body. However, according to this stack of cards I got from Indigo, it stretches the back of the legs and calves, strengthens the Achilles tendons, ankles, and thigh muscles. It's a great pose for a cold day because it creates that internal heat. And I know I would say my students are divided in half. Half are always hot and half are always cold. So let's come back into standing mountain pose, foundation of most poses. I'm going to start to bring my arms to a T and then all the way up. Warrior one hands. I want you to press your feet down, belly engage, and I did read today if I hold this for 20 seconds, there's a theory that it's really good for blood flow. So I'm going to watch our clock. I'm going to stand from the side and start. So reach out through the fingers, engage the lower belly and the mid belly. Pressing that imaginary beach ball, so the blade of my hand is facing forward. Forearms isometrically pressing towards something that's not there. And release. If that wasn't bad, let's see if we can go longer. Inhale, arms up. Pressurizing. So energy's going to go towards that imaginary beach ball. Engage the core, squeeze the glutes and thighs together, and press the balls of your feet and the whole sole of the foot down. So I have all these places to press into and resist. Feel that heat build. So I feel now the circulation happening is in my forearms where I do the most fine motor work, especially if you use a smartphone. Let's keep reaching up, engage the core, rise, 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 rise. And guess what? You've been 30 seconds. Let's do 15 more seconds. We can do it. Keep squeezing that imaginary beach ball if this isn't hurting your shoulders. And sometimes we'll even reach up and then bring them back down. Reach up and bring them back down. It's very subtle. Not all of us have this control of our shoulder girdle. Yay! You guys did it. 45 seconds. So that came up on a physiotherapy site. To me, this seems so simple. But what a great way. Get the blood flow going. Anytime the arms are higher than the brain or the lungs, there's a theory that it's similar to doing an inversion for blood flow. Okay, chair pose. I'm gonna come back to that pose. Look down, feet are one fist width apart. We're gonna sit down, an imaginary seat. If my back is sore, maybe I barely sit down. Maybe you're sitting on a tall bar stool. Let's stay 15 seconds here. So find a pose. I'm not going to my full bent knee capacity yet. Knees are not going past the toes. You can do it. It's basically a variation of what we just did. Now I'm gonna feel, I wanna squeeze my belly in, clench my bum, press my feet down. There's a lot of action going in the lower half of my body. Root to rise and release. That was 15 seconds. Let's take it a little deeper. So you can do straight leg, half chair that we just did, or let's take it even further. Arms in the sky, squeezing towards the ball that's not there, and sit down even further. Making sure those knees are staying in line with the toes. Squeeze to the ball that's not there. And I want you to really notice, I'm going to use the word burning. Where is the heat and energy building in your body? Just by shifting the shape that we're in. You can do it. 5 more seconds and we will have done 30 seconds. And release. Woo! What is a good counter pose to that? Malasana, squat. So I'm gonna walk my feet out a little bit. I'm either coming here, balancing on my quads, or some of you are gonna come into full squat. I find that widening my stance helps me get in a little deeper. And look, the hands come back into the position we did for Namaste. Thumbs to sternum, pressurized palms, open the back in front of the body. Let's take 15 more seconds in squat, whichever version you've chosen. Be kind to your knees. And if you're gardening, you might want to get a little stool from the dollar store and it puts you in the same position, but no pressure on your knees. 5 more seconds. And release. What is another counter pose we've been talking about? Child's pose. So I'm in Thunderbolt on my knees. And now I'm just going to either drop forward into Sphinx, or stack my fists, or come all the way down, arms behind me. Two more breaths. And then upright. So let's do one more twisted chair. We did a variation in our sun salutations. We don't tend to isolate it. So I'm going to come back into the mountain. Feet root down. Knees are 1 or 2 fist width apart. Might be a little wider for your hips. I'm going to sit down in my chair that's not there. This time, instead of my arms in the sky, I'm going to bring in a heart center. You have a choice. Find that sternum. It's kind of where my 2 ribs start, divide. Palms pressurize. Elbows back, shoulders back, heart open. I might stay here, or I might add the twist. Oh, I'm going to the outer left elbow, outer left thigh, and stacking, looking over my shoulder. Watch your knees, they don't kind of splay out. Center and counter twist. Outer right thigh, thumbs to sternum, pull that shoulder back. I can feel this in my ribs. Back to center and rise. So that's the twisted variation. Now we're going to do awkward pose, which I like to do with, we'll do it without chair, then we'll do it with chair. Awkward pose in a drawing perspective looks kind of similar, but it's definitely more balanced and it definitely wakes up the calves and the heels and the arches. So instead of up, my arms are going to come here. So make a T, come back to arms facing forward, sit down in the chair that's not there. So this is the variation without balance. So I'm just going to sit, sit, sit. Let's take here 15 seconds. Fingers spread if I need energy, closed if I'm corralling my energy. Engage the core. I feel my quads turning on. I think it's Yana or Franca. Somebody wanted quad stretches. How about Cheryl working it on her feet a lot? 5 more seconds. I'll show you from the side. I'm not in a full chair. I'm in the beginning of awkward pose and then release. Now we're going to do that same pose again, but with the added benefit of balance. Some of you have challenges with your feet, may not attempt this. It means I'm wearing artificial high heels. Can you see it here? I'll do it over here. And actually, let's practice it with the arms first. So I'm in mountain pose. I'm gonna come up on the balls of my feet. Drop down, mountain, balls. Mountain, balls. You feel your calves turn on? Balls. And I feel like it's been a long time since probably we've had to wear high heels. So let's hold this for 15 seconds. I'm up on the balls. I can take my hands to my hips or heart center. And release. Now, and if that's hurting your feet, shake it out. I'm going to do that one more time, but with the balance piece. Arms to a T, I'm hitting the wall. Coming back. Up on my balls of my feet, sit down. Oh, instantly my knee doesn't like that. Can you hold this for 15 seconds? Engage the core, maybe sink a little lower. You're on those ball of your foot. Heels are lifted. You're in your imaginary high heel shoes. Breathe to keep this. Oh, you can do it. 3 more seconds. And release. Oh, did anyone else feel that in their knee? I have this one bum knee, it's in my non-dominant leg. I don't know if it's from an injury or a hip or because I have an attic bedroom with really steep stairs that I repeatedly walk up. let's take that squat or malasana pose one more time for 5 seconds. 15 seconds, what am I saying? So starting now, how long can we hold our malasana? I'm trying to use my elbows to push inner knees or inner thighs open. I can feel a deep opening. You would think it's in your root chakra or tailbone, lower back. Especially if you were a seated job, you might want to do this. I often will do a variation of this with sitting in a chair, my knees bent. We can do 15 more seconds, then I'll make it 45 in total again. Oh, awesome. And come on out. Guess what else that's good for? Ankle strengthening. And I wonder if you notice the difference that you're not doing your practice on the foam floor. We've talked in the past about how the foam floor strengthens your ankle mobility. Whereas in our home, we have a tight, hard floor. We don't get that. Okay, today I'm going to pick another shorter one. Let's see. So these are cards written by Louise Hay. And you'll hear of this publisher called Hay House. Now I think Louise passed on a couple years ago, but she's similar to a Brene Brown. She's a predecessor to Brene Brown. So she's famous for her positive affirmations, her really interesting, she's a little bit more, I don't want to use the word new age than Brene Brown. And maybe that's why Brene Brown resonates with the average person more than if you're not a yogi. So, Oh, I like this one. I nourish myself. Let's do this. This is something that I was just reading. It was, if you do physical yoga practice, that's not enough. What you put into your body from what you watch, the music you listen to, the people you hang out with, the news you watch, all of these pieces matter about the whole person. So today there's a really beautiful picture of some blueberries and it says, I nourish myself. Decide that today you will eat only food that loves you. You know better than anyone else what's best for you. Very simple. And there's a million different kinds of diets and guidelines on how we should be eating. But if I had to boil it all down to one thing, this phrase sticks in my mind. What I'm putting in my mouth, does it make my life longer or shorter? Will it nourish me or decline me? So, and think about that with news, friendships, activities that you're sick of saying yes to. Thank you so much for your effort. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.